Welcome to ReBloom, the podcast about reinvention, second chances, and rising into the next chapter of your life. I'm your host, Vanessa Bright, entrepreneur, environmental leader, and someone who believes it's never too late to grow into who you're meant to be. If you're rebuilding, rediscovering, or reclaiming your power, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Hello, ReBloomers. Today, our guest is Amina Duramus.
Yes.
I met Amina when she was incarcerated at the Maryland Correctional Institute for Women. I was actually teaching a class there on financial literacy and entrepreneurship, and Amina was in my class. So welcome to the show, Amina.
Thank you so much.
So before we dive into the conversation, I'd like you to take us back to the person that you were when you entered MCIW and then the person you are now.
Okay, so if I had to describe the person that I was prior to MCIW, I would say that I have always been a person who has a love for other people.
Mm-hmm.
As a veteran, though, I would also have to say that I was had PTSD and I was broken.
Mm-hmm.
So loving family, very supportive family prior to and also when I came home. The woman that I am today is a woman with a purpose. I almost live my life in a restorative justice frame of mind, always looking for a way to give back, help others, and definitely I am letting the women on the inside know that I'm out here, and if you need something, call me.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit, because I don't know if people understand what restorative justice is. Could you explain that for our audience?
So for me, restorative justice means giving back to the community,
Mm-hmm.
being a part of the community, and helping. Like being incarcerated damaged the community. So I would be someone who caused damage to the community. So now that I'm home, I would like to rebuild the community in which I came home to. So volunteering, advocating,
Mm-hmm.
going to Annapolis, helping the ladies out, mostly that are still incarcerated, however I can, out here, advocating, speaking for us, the women that are, were incarcerated.
And what types of things do you need to advocate for? What is it like when a person comes home? Maybe tell us what that first 90 days is like, or was like for you, and like for others that you talk to, because I'm sure our viewers don't understand what it's like.
First 90 days, excited to
Well,
be out, excited to be released, but a little scared and worried
Mm-hmm.
about the coming home process.
Okay.
Home for me, years of being comfortable and like when you go home, you go with your key, you open up your door, you can relax and you're home. But when you're released from prison and you think that you're going home, you're not really coming home because nothing is the same.
Right.
Everything has changed. So coming home is not like you think it's going to be. I had a lot of support when I came home, so I'm blessed. My family was there for me. I made connections and friendships and partnerships while I was on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So my transition was easy.
Okay.
But I did see people whose transition was not so easy. And so I've been advocating to help the people that are coming home. I came home to my family, to my friends.
Okay.
I came home and I went to a military transitional center as opposed to one that a civilian would go to.
Mm-hmm.
And they provide wraparound services. I know what wraparound services are. I know that some of the ladies that were released before me, when they came home, they went to a lot of places that did not provide wraparound services, even though they said they did. So what I did when I went to MCVets was I spoke to the director and I said, is there any way in the world that you could take civilians here?
Mhm.
And that nonprofit, that donors type thing, she had to get permission.
Mhm.
And she was able to take in 10% non-vets. So while I was at MCVets, they started taking in civilians from the moment you get there.
Well, let's unpack that a little bit for our listeners. So what is MCVets?
So MCVets is the Military Center for Veterans Education and Training in Baltimore City.
Okay.
It's a place where it was my home plan as a veteran.
Okay.
And they now take civilians.
So you actually live there and receive services?
Yes.
Okay. So you made a statement about you came home to your family, and listeners, I don't know if everybody's watched my interview, but if you did, you'll know that I run a reentry program, and so we provide wraparound services. And so I want Amina to kind of explain a little bit, and I'll explain a little bit what wraparound services mean to you.
So day one, I want to say the first week that I was at MCVets, they ensured that I had all of my proper ID.
Okay.
ID, birth certificate, social security card. Now, when I got released from prison, I did have those things, but I'm just saying MCVets is set up to do those things.
But a lot of people don't have them because they come to us, they don't have ID, they don't have birth certificates, they don't have social security cards. I still don't understand why that is, but I know we spend a lot of time helping people get those credentials.
And my family helped me on the outside to get those things before I was released, because you're absolutely right. You need ID to get ID.
To get a job?
Everything.
To get benefits?
Yes.
Yes.
So something needs to be put in place. I feel like everybody that goes to prison is going to be released. To order someone's social security card and birth certificate when they get incarcerated, at some point in time, early during their incarceration, is okay for that to be in their file. Maybe the ID towards the end when you know you're going home, but your birth certificate and your social security card are really, really important. They provided reentry services. They provide drug and alcohol counseling. They provide housing. They provide transportation to the places that you need to go. Those things are important for someone coming home. And I don't want to say especially women, but I'm saying especially women. We have to be treated differently. We have to have that support, because I was blessed to have friends and family that supported me, but a lot of people are not.
Right.
A lot of women are not. For example, I got visits just about every weekend. But there were times when I went into that visitation room and there were the same group of 5 or 6 women in there with their families.
Because for many people, relationships are broken while they're on the inside. Absolutely. And they don't have that support system.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And I'm not trying to say anything about relationships, but for a lot of women, when they are incarcerated, when they get to prison, their relationship is just about over with. Right. And then so when you do come home, what are you coming home to?
Right.
You're coming home to someone who's been doing something else the entire time that you've been incarcerated, answering your phone calls in the beginning, but not towards the end, maybe sending money. We have to be grateful for whomever is watching our children, but that's a challenge too, because you have to give up the power of wanting to control the people that are watching your children. My first couple of years were really, really hard for me, because your children want you. And my parents, my siblings took really good care of my children. However, a mother is going to treat their child different from anyone else.
So since, most of our viewers are women, most of them are over the age of 50. So a lot of their children are moving out now, and they're becoming empty nesters, but you miss a lot of your children's.
So I was incarcerated for 14 years. I went in at the age of 40. Okay. So all of my children were junior high school when I was incarcerated. So I missed everybody graduating. I missed college graduation. I missed a lot. But again, blessed to have been able to have the ability to parent from the inside.
Okay.
Because I made that effort.
Okay.
Right. And it was difficult, but I made that effort.
And how has it been for your children since you come back home?
Amazing. Amazing. I have 4 children. My youngest son is in Texas. My youngest daughter is in California. I have identical twin grandsons. My oldest daughter is actually here with me in Towson.
Okay.
And then my oldest son is in Long Island, New York. So every opportunity we get to get a plane ticket and meet up, just all of us, and do something together, that's exactly what we do.
And I would say, you know, you're not the typical experience. A lot of times that experience with children as well as other family members is broken. And I know we had talked previously about a bill, Maryland.
Let me say something real quick about relationship. When I came home, because I've been gone for so long, I had to have a serious conversation with all of my children individually because they were angry. Right? Because I wasn't there and they were angry. And I had to accept and receive the anger that they had towards me in order for us to move forward. We, not just our victims, but our family members, our parents and our children are our victims as well. And when you come home, you have to acknowledge how people felt that you hurt and allow them to be in that space for as long as they need to be in that space, but let them know that you're home, that you love them, that you support them, and try to move forward with them. But I did have to have a conversation with each one of my children one-on-one, and they hurt me with some of the things that they said, but I hurt them too.
Right. Now, was some of that rebuilding done while you were inside? Like, were you having those conversations with them before you came home?
No. No. They were supportive the entire time that I came home, but I know from some of the things that they went through while I was on the inside. They're like, don't worry about it, Mom. We got this. Don't worry about it, Mom. It's going to be okay.
So now you have 20/20 vision. Would you have done something differently while you were in to help move that relationship along or amend it before you came home instead of waiting?
I'm not sure if I could have. I've always had a really good relationship with my children. And so them supporting me, they were concerned with me being incarcerated.
Okay.
My kids were worried about me being incarcerated. I was worried about them on the outside, and they were worried about me. So I tried not to break because I was worried about them, and they tried to show me or not break because they were worried about me. Because we had several crying, talking, those types of things. But I'm saying when I came home, I had to sit and have a conversation and let them get that out so that we could move forward.
So I know you're supportive of Maryland House Bill 108, and it looks like when I looked it up, it looked like it had passed. And the bill will allow formerly incarcerated individuals to go back on the inside and then to, you know, minister to people that are still in. And I think that's very powerful. But can you tell me why you support a bill like that?
So the reason that I support the bill is currently formerly incarcerated people do go into the prison and they're making a difference. But the fact of the matter is when the administrations change, they can make changes. So with a law stating that formerly incarcerated people can go into the prison, the benefits of formerly incarcerated people going into the prison, that can't stop when the administration changes. So making things into a law is a great thing because things are changing because we have lived experience and we're allowed to go in. And what better person to encourage, inspire someone than someone that you've done time with to say, it's not going to be easy when you get out here. But when you come out, there are a group of us that are waiting to aid and assist. And I'm living proof that it's possible to make it. It's possible to bloom. It's possible to grow, right?
And we're experiencing that with one of our staff members. He formerly incarcerated. He was actually in for 41 years, and he's just started going back in and talking to folks and sitting on panels, and the reception of people, hearing his voice from his perspective is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell how old were you when you went?
I went in when I was 40.
40? So what would you tell your 40-year-old self now to kind of prevent that from happening if you had the chance? What advice would you give
to keep
yourself?
What would I tell my 40-year-old self?
Mm-hmm. What advice would you give yourself to kind of circumvent that whole situation?
To keep from being incarcerated?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I had to learn to love myself. And I didn't learn to love myself until I was incarcerated. Whether it was from things that happened in the family, marriage, or relationships, not loving myself and looking for that in other people. And even for me, because I didn't love myself, that my children loving me unconditionally is what I needed. But as my children got older and became independent, I questioned their love for me. And that's dangerous and unhealthy. So for me, I wish that I had learned to love myself a lot sooner.
And I think for women, that's a big one. Because when I was teaching in the prison, I was working for the University of Maryland as an extension educator. And so, of course, I had to do research. And one of the things I found out that a lot of the women that were incarcerated, it was because of a relationship. Something had gone wrong in the relationship. Either they acted back based on that relationship, or they got involved in something with a person they were in relationship with, whether male or female, but it came down to relationships. And relationships that they were in that were not good for them came down to what you just said, loving yourself. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of your credentials, because you have a lot of them. So can you talk about some of the things you have and actually what they mean or what they allow you to do?
So I got my bachelor's degree from Goucher College.
Congratulations.
On the inside, I am currently a Morgan State University student. Full-time, I'm getting my master's in social work.
Oh, okay.
The second year starts in the fall. I am a certified peer recovery specialist. I am a registered peer supervisor, and I'm also a community health worker.
And so in those capacities, what types of things are you doing for folks?
So my thing is, I've always been a person who wants to give back and help. And so I've looked at ways to educate myself so that I can do it in the manner in which it's supposed to be done. What strategies, what techniques can I use, right, to help, to make me do what I want to do better. I started a program when I was on the inside, Release, and it's an encouragement empowerment program, and I've been able to be a motivational speaker. I've gone to elementary schools, I've gone to junior highs, I've gone to high schools. I went to a detention center, doing my internship with Pyramid Healthcare, Time Organization, and now Aspire Behavioral Connections. I have been able to use my peer recovery specialist certification. I've been able to use what I'm learning with Morgan, getting my social work.
Okay.
I have been able to use everything that I've learned in one way or another. Going to Annapolis with everybody, Olinda Moyd, you, Leah Green,
to advocate.
To advocate, because we have to show up and show out. We have to have a voice. But again, when we're speaking to people, that lived experience is like no other.
So I too have a social work degree. What is your aspiration? What do you want to do once you have a degree? Do you want to start doing therapy? Do you want to have your own practice? What's your
I do
future
want to
goal?
have my own practice.
You want to have your own practice. Do you want to concentrate on the reentry population, or is there a particular specialty you want to go into?
So I'm working on making one of the businesses that I have now a nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm doing now is I'm mentoring the young ladies whose parents are incarcerated.
Okay.
So with my social work degree, I think I'm going to work with the youth whose parents are incarcerated because they're raising themselves.
Right.
I've been able to take a little bit of the burden off of the people who are watching the youth. I've been able to partner with a couple of people on the outside who have been able to give stipends to the youth. So I'm giving them time, but I've partnered with grassroots, and so I spend time with them, but I take them to places that they get paid to learn about Baltimore.
Okay.
So making a difference, making a change. These children, these young adults are they're their future. And so I don't know, I'm not from Baltimore, but through the programming and through me mentoring these youth, I've been able to realize how beautiful Baltimore is, how historic Baltimore is. It's really and hopefully educate the young adults so that if they can see what Baltimore used to be, work towards making it that again, because if it once was, it can be again.
That's exactly right.
To me.
So what motivated you or kept you going, kept you encouraged while you were incarcerated?
My family. I called home every day, and there wasn't a day that I called home that my mom didn't answer the phone. I talked to my mom every day, talked to my dad, talked to my kids on a regular basis. They came to family day. My family, and some of the connections that I made, some of the friendships that I made, my faith. I was a representative for the Sunni Muslim community on the inside, working as a liaison there. Some of the programs that I did. When I first got incarcerated, all programs were available. So if you saw a program that you wanted to be involved in, you just signed up. They put you in the group. Later on in my sentence, they stopped that. They only made certain programmings available for people who were on their way out the door.
I remember that.
Which is not fair. That's something that needs to change. The only reason I say that is because a couple of the programs that I took, like yours, I was able to take it more than once and help you to facilitate. And I had a long sentence. People with longer sentences should be able to have access to those programs because, number one, it will keep you from losing hope. Number two, we are the people that mentor and that the other ladies look up to.
Right.
And so having us there with you will help you. I got an immediate release. Had I not had all the programs in the beginning, I would not have had them because I had an immediate release. But because I had them early on in my sentence and so much changes, I didn't have anything when I left because I didn't get a chance to take the programs that you take 60 days out because I didn't have 60 days. Once I got an immediate release, I was out of there.
Which is a good thing. But
yes.
You missed out on some stuff that you probably needed.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like our audience to know that you want to share?
I mean this with all of my heart. If anyone has anyone that's incarcerated, support them. That's the difference between having hope and hopelessness. I have never seen so many beautiful, talented, smart women broken, not able to connect. The groups and the programmings are not gender specific. and everything that works for a man doesn't work for a woman.
Correct.
I call it downtime. When you have us in a space, help us to become better because we're coming home.
Mm-hmm.
And the system is set up for us to go back. But where is the rehabilitation? Where's the rehabilitation if you don't have gender-specific groups and classes going on consistently in a woman's prison? Give us the parenting skills that we need so that when we come home, we can connect with our children. Have more programming that are not just for the little children, because everybody doesn't have infants. Give us the opportunity to connect with our boys, because we have sons as well as daughters. There has to be something gender specific put into the prisons, both of them, right? But especially the women, because it just needs to be available so that when a woman is ready to be better, and sometimes they can be ready to be better when they see someone else that's better, like Goucher College, right? A lot of the women who are attending Goucher College are mentors to the ladies that don't even have their GEDs. But we are the ones that can encourage them, help them, tutor them to get their GEDs and to say, okay, when the next registration comes, you need to sign up to be in college.
You'll be ready.
Right? You can be the first person to get a college degree while you're inside. Your program was phenomenal on the inside. We had knitting. It may not seem like anything to anybody else, but that was important. It gave us a chance to get out, learn something I'd never knitted before I was incarcerated.
Right.
There are a lot of, I'm not going to say that there aren't good programs in there. I'm saying we need to be able to heal mentally, physically, spiritually. And it needs to be consistent. Whether it's COVID or not, it needs to be consistent.
That's the big thing that I see is the lack of consistency, especially administration changes, or even if it's not an administration change. I remember one week, I could do something this way, then the next week, oh no, you can't do that anymore. It was just all over the place with what was allowed, but consistent programming. I agree with that, and you're inspiring me to want to try to go back in and do some more work.
Please do. Please do. And we're treated a certain kind of way when we're incarcerated, and it hurt me to my heart to see really good volunteers not last in there, because we knew that you were going to be there. And when you weren't there, we knew that it wasn't because of you. And we didn't, you come back in and be like, oh, it was my shoe. Oh, it was my sock. Oh, it was my bobby pin in my hair. It's like, and we needed that because when you're incarcerated, you need things in your life to help you to not feel like you're incarcerated. I can't say anything other than hopelessness is real.
Right.
You can get sick in there from being hopeless. Suicide on the inside is real.
Yes, it is.
Keep us motivated. Help us to be better. If I'm broken when I get in there, don't just give me the strongest medication and send me back. But when I'm hurting, backache, headache, like in pain physically, don't just give me Tylenol or ibuprofen and send me back either.
Because 95% of people return home from prison. And if we don't do something for them while they're in there, they're going to come back the same
That's
way.
a fact. Or worse.
Yeah. Because prison in itself is a traumatic experience.
And it is. As a veteran, 12 years, Army, National Guard Reserves, I was triggered when I went to prison because I never would have expected a state facility to not have more discipline and structure. For me, in a day, if I saw 10 to 12 different officers the rules changed with each officer that
I experienced that as a
right?
volunteer.
So you have to know how to bob and weave,
Yeah.
leaving off the housing unit, walking down the compound, going to eat, going to the gym, going to religious service. And they all have one book of rules and regulations. And then what I saw, like good volunteers, is not all staff members are bad. And the good ones that do follow the rules, that are disciplined, that try to enforce structure, they're the ones that people don't like. So they have a hard time at work.
Right. Yeah, we could spend a day on this. Is there a way, if viewers want to connect with you, that they can reach out to you?
Absolutely. My phone number is 410-703-9601. My email address is Amina, AMEENA, Duramus, DERAMOUS @gmail.com. Anything you need, any advice, I'm out here. I've seen the best of the best, but I've also seen some things that don't work. Just ask. I'm saying, for me, just call me and say, Amina, where do you think I should go? Amina, what do you think that I should try? And providing wraparound services, Ms. Bright, I'm going to tell you, that's an amazing thing. I currently work at Aspire Behavioral Connections, and they too provide wraparound services. And I can say that because I started out at MCVets, and I know what that looks like. I know what it looks like in action, from homelessness to home ownership. To me, that is wraparound services. From homelessness to home ownership. Take me through that whole entire process, supporting me, not doing it for me.
Right.
Teaching me independence. And a lot of times, a couple of the organizations that I saw, I feel like they're not teaching independence. And if they don't teach independence, they're keeping you there with them.
Is that adage, teach a man to fish versus giving them the fish?
Absolutely.
Right. So last question, I always ask our guests this: what is reblooming in your life right now?
I'm reblooming in my life right now. I am growing, learning, loving myself more and more every day. I feel like I'm stable and situated, so I'm taking my time making decisions. When I first came home, I wanted to hit the ground running, and so I was running really, really fast and burned out in a couple of places, a couple of spaces. Now I am giving my job 1,000%. I'm giving my family 1,000%. But first, I'm giving my Lord 1,000%, and right after Him, I'm giving myself 1,000%.
Amen.
Self-care.
Truly important. Thank you for being our guest today, Amina. I am so glad you're home. Thank you, viewers, for listening, and we will see you next time. Keep growing.
Yes, keep growing.
Thank you for spending this time with me on ReBloom. If this conversation spoke to you, share it with someone else who might be ready for their next chapter. And remember, reinvention doesn't mean starting over, it means starting wiser. Until next time, keep growing, keep rising, and keep blooming.